What ways would you say your upbringing prepared you to being a mom?
Family is very important to my family and to me, to myself, right? So everyone in the structure matters and everyone contributes towards the growth of the family, right? So I look at my dad. My dad made sure that my brother and my sisters, we've got a larger family, but us as a unit, we understood the role that we had to play in each other's life. We love each other, we support each other, and that's a constant, right? So we have had that for a very long time, and I think because we've had that for a very long time, I wanna emulate that within or in the way that I raise my daughter, right? I want her to be in a loving family, knowing that she's supported, knowing that there's a structure, you know what I mean? That certain things are important, that certain values are important, and we're guided and we are sort of confined into those values, you know, to a certain extent.
Today, I'm sitting with a woman whose life carries both strength and tenderness. A single mother raising a beautiful 3-year-old daughter while choosing again and again to lead with love, intuition, and grace.
One of the ways in which my pregnancy changed me at that time was when I got pregnant, I became a recluse. So I never wanted to be with people, and that is not me. I'm Lulutando. I love, I'm bubbly, I give energy and I
love
energy, other people's energies as well. I literally just never wanted to be around anyone. I wanted to be by myself. I wanted to be home, and I wanted to be an introvert.
Let's talk about your upbringing. Now, when you think about your childhood, what moments or feelings shaped the woman you are today? So when you think of your childhood, what are some memories that you think of immediately? Like, what does your childhood smell like, taste like, feel like?
My childhood was open for me. It felt like an ocean where I could venture in any direction.
I love it. Welcome to today's episode. I'm your host, Mbani Madwe. Today's conversation is about single motherhood, healing, and the quiet journey from surviving each day to slowly learning how to live, dream, and feel again. Today, I'm sitting with a woman whose life carries both strength and tenderness. A single mother raising a beautiful 3-year-old daughter while choosing again and again to lead with love, intuition, and grace. This is not a story about doing everything perfectly. It's about showing up, even on the days when your heart feels tired. It's about learning how to rest without guilt, how to let joy back in, and how to imagine a future that feels gentle instead of heavy. Now, if you're listening and you are in your own season of survival, I want you to know this. You are not behind, you are not failing, and you are not alone. Tando, friend, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate you being here. And I honestly feel that this is such an important conversation. So thank you for allowing yourself to share your story with the world, so to speak. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
It's a pleasure to be here. I'm very excited.
Thank you, friend. I'm also very excited. Now, I have to say this, friend. I've always admired how you've always chosen to lead with grace.
Yeah.
I've always admired how you've always chosen to lead with love. I mean, just your natural disposition has always spoken to divinity.
Yeah.
Like for you, you are just divine in so many ways. I love how you lead. I love how you show up. I love how you're able to embrace and you're always leaning into your, what do I call it? Divine femininity.
Yes.
You are just something to be spoken of. Yeah. But I know that it hasn't always been an easy journey.
Yes.
So I do want us to start from the beginning. And I know it's been 3 years now of you being a mom?
Yes. 3 years of being a mom.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're going to look into all of that. There's just so much to unpack, but I just would love you to tell your story, the ups and downs, the smiles and frowns, and just what motherhood has looked like and the journey from the beginning until where you are right now in the season of your life.
Yeah. My name is Nolutando. Everyone calls me Tando. I'm from a very small town in the Eastern Cape called Stexfreight. That's where I was born. And I left home at a young age to go to boarding school. I think I was very I was very ambitious from a very young age. I
Yeah.
was extremely ambitious from a young age, and I wanted to do what other people were not doing. And when you're in a small town and you the first to do this or the first to do that,
big
right? So
dreams.
I just always
Yeah.
wanted to be the first to do anything, right? So I left home at a very young age to go to boarding school, and that was really great for me because that's where I learned my independence. That's where I learned my groove in life, right? I learned my personality, like who I am and who I want to be and where I want to go in life. And it's also the people, you know, that I met along the way. Soon after that, I came to Johannesburg, and then that's when I met you guys.
Now, friend, I think let's start from the very beginning.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your upbringing. Now, when you think about your childhood, what moments or feelings shaped the woman you are today? So when you think of your childhood, what are some memories that you think of immediately? Like, what does your childhood smell like, taste like, feel like? Yeah. So tell us about that.
So my childhood was open for me. It felt like an ocean where I could venture in any direction.
I love that.
Because my parents provided me the platform to explore. And that's what I really needed because there's a lot of things that I wanted to do, right? I mean, at that young age, I was designing. I wanted to be a doctor. You know, I wanted to be a pilot. So it just felt like there were so many directions that I could go. And I think my parents, because they just said, do whatever you want to do. You know, we'll support you in any way. So that's how I think of my childhood. And it was full of love. Yeah. It was full of so much love. We had a very loving father, loving mom. And my mom is very values driven. My dad is more of the hard worker who entrenches hard work. But my mom is the one who is soft and reminds you to move with love and to move with your intuition, right?
So that's where you get it from.
Exactly. No, that's true. My mom is a very, very feminine woman. And she makes it okay to be that way. She makes it okay. And she empowers you. I mean, my mom is that lady who would make sure that before you leave the house, you are clean and you are presentable, looking your best. So that was amazing for me. I think when I look back at my childhood, it's really just filled with love.
I love that.
Love and adventure.
I love that. It's so inspiring, actually, and so encouraging. And also love the fact that you said that with your parents, how they afforded you a life where you literally just knew that the world was your oyster and provided you with a life where you saw that, you know, life is just a world of endless possibilities. I really love that. Yeah. And they always say that daughters do model their moms. So I knew that that must have came from her. So it's nice that you just confirmed that. Yeah, I'd love to meet her. I really would.
No, definitely.
If you're a testament of just, you know, how you show up, I can imagine how amazing your mom is.
She's an amazing woman.
I love that. So friend, in what ways would you say your upbringing prepared you to being a mom?
Family is very important to my family and to me, to myself, right? So everyone in the structure matters and everyone contributes towards the growth of the family, right? So I look at my dad. My dad made sure that my brothers and my sisters, actually we have got a larger family, but us as a unit, we understood the role that we had to play in each other's life. We love each other, we support each other. And that's a constant, right? So we have had that for a very long time. Wow. And I think because we've had that for a very long time, I wanna emulate that within or in the way that I raise my daughter, right? I want her to be in a loving family, knowing that she's supported, knowing that there's a structure, you know what I mean? That certain things are important, that certain values are important, and we're guided and we are sort of confined into those values, you know, to a certain extent. So I, more than ever now, I appreciate the values that were entrenched in me when I was much younger, because I look back and I understand why they had to be there. Oh, wow. I'll give a typical example, right? So when we were younger, my dad hated us going for sleepovers, right? Yeah. I mean, today I understand why he didn't like us going for sleepovers, right? He wanted to prevent certain things, right? However, I can definitely emulate that or use that in my life because I now understand what it means. Whereas at the time I didn't understand, right? So I think being brought up in that kind of family, in that kind of environment, has already just contributed so much in how I want to lead in my own life.
Yeah. And I love how you guys sibling. I mean, I've met your sister. Just the dynamic of the relationship.
Supportive.
It's so beautiful.
Very supportive.
So
right?
beautiful.
And you don't even have to ask for it. It's just there. It's available for you. Right. So that is, it's constantly there.
And also she's Azi's deputy mom.
Yeah, definitely. I remember when
I
was pregnant. And I'm sure we're gonna speak into that as well. When I was pregnant, I went and I asked my brother if he could be the father to my daughter. And he asked me, why are you asking that? You shouldn't ask for those things. That's what's exactly gonna happen. You know, I will always be.
Show up and show off.
Exactly. A guardian. You shouldn't have to ask for those things. It's a given, right? So I love that about how we family and how we support and love each other.
It's just so beautiful to witness. So beautiful and very inspiring. Now, friend, yes, let's actually go now into the pregnancy journey.
Yes.
Now, how was that for you?
Okay, so Melly, my pregnancy journey was a very, very interesting one. So when I grew up with both parents, my mom and my dad, and that's the structure I know. That's the structure I've always wanted to have because that's what I know, right? We tend to want what we know. Or what you like and see. That's what you might want, right? But what I knew is what I wanted for myself, right? So I had my daughter and I was not married. I even felt like I was not ready. And I was taken aback. It was not planned. It caught me off guard. And I was completely unprepared. I had no direction. There was no book or there was no formula that I could follow.
No manual,
in order to find a path for what I was going through. She had a conversation with my friend the other day that I was trying to script a way in which my life was going to go around that time because this is the one place where I literally had no plan or idea around it, right? Because it's not what I wanted. It was not what I thought would happen at that time in my life. And the thing is, I was 33 when I had my daughter. And in my head, I was like, I waited long enough. You know, it's going to happen at some point. I'm going to get pregnant at some point. But then it happened when I didn't have the family structure that I wanted, right? So for me, it was a gloomy time. It was very gloomy. And I won't lie and say I was excited about it. I was so nervous because I didn't know what it would look like. I don't know. I remember when I was 6 months pregnant, then I went home and my dad took me for a drive and I told him that I'm so nervous and I was crying and I told him I don't know what's happening. You know, what I know is what you and mom have shown us. I don't know what to do from here. And he says to me, well, you're not the first girl to get pregnant out of wedlock. And we love you and we will support you and we'll love your daughter regardless. So you just need to pick yourself up and realize that this is not an anomaly. It happens to people all the time. And that's when I realized, Thando, you will be fine because there's many other people that are going through it. At that time, it just felt like it was just me. Only because I had not expected it. My expectations were completely outside of that realm.
And also, like you said, coming from a family home where, you came from a nuclear setup and just mom, dad always there. That's the only language you understood. I can imagine,
it was the right thing. It felt like the right structure. Whereas, I mean, in reality, there really isn't a right structure. It's a structure that works. But because it felt like it was outside of that mold, it wasn't comfortable for me. It was really, really uncomfortable at the beginning.
Oh my goodness, friend. So basically, when you first found out that you were pregnant, was it like a mixed bag? Actually, you were feeling excited and then, or was it immediately a feeling of fear and anxiety?
Nerves and anxiety. Nerves and anxiety because I like I said, I had not expected it. But how, in hindsight, when I look back at everything, I think I was prepared in every way, right? Because when I became a mom, I didn't realize that God was giving me something that I needed, right? So everything that happened postpartum, is it postpartum? Postpartum, right? Everything that happened postpartum, it happened so organically.
Okay.
I had the support that I wanted
Yeah.
or that I needed. I had the love. I had the structure that I needed. It was not ideal, but I had the structure that I needed. But more than anything, I had purpose. I was more motivated than I've ever been.
Oh, wow.
More motivated, right? And I think you can never prepare enough to be a parent because you want to be financially prepared.
Yeah.
You want to be emotionally prepared. You want to be structurally prepared,
Yeah.
right? But you can never prepare enough for that sort of thing.
100%,
However,
I can imagine, yeah.
because like I said, it happened organically. All of those things were in place. And then you find your new self within that structure, or within that train, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, I really think that
it was a journey, right?
It was a journey.
And it still is.
Yeah.
Now, so you said, okay, so you spoke about
yes,
that feeling of when you did find out you're pregnant, those feelings of anxiety, and just also feeling like, this is not something I wanted. You didn't want it to look like that, but now you're in the situation and you had all those feelings. Now, take us through the first year of pregnancy when she actually got there, Azzy. So how was the first year like with Azzy when she did finally arrive?
Okay,
so how was that first year like?
Before Azzy arrived, and this is a bit of a sad or somber story, but like I said, I conquered, right? On the other side of that.
I love that.
When I was pregnant, I did some of the doctor's visits by myself. Luckily, God was amazing to me because I never had cravings. I had all the energy that I needed. So in terms of needing your partner's support, I could go without it. However, it was so sad because I was doing everything all by myself. And, to be fair as well, I had a very good support system. My friends were always there. My family was always there with me. However, it's not the same thing as having a partner there with you, someone who have conceived this child, right?
Yeah.
So I did that journey. And like I said, in hindsight, I'm grateful because the things that I thought I needed, I didn't actually eventually need them. I was great. I was energetic all the way till the last minute. And I gave birth to my daughter. And that was life-changing. It was amazing. It was amazing. I had my mom to support me for a couple of months. She had just retired. So she was like, it's fine. I'll be with you for as long as you want. And then after that, something happened to me. Something very, very interesting happened to me. So I'm a very soft-spoken. I'm a very... I shy away from conflict. I shy away from confrontation type person. But as soon as I gave birth, as soon as I became a mom, there's another part of me that got ignited. Okay. I became aggressive for some reason. I am not sure why that happened, but I think it was my motherly instincts developing because then I needed to develop that protective side of myself. Yeah. And I've always felt that from everyone else, right? But I didn't realize how protective I am of myself and the ones around me. So my demeanor, my speech, my language, the way in which I approach certain things was so different. Yeah. And that was what happened to me for the first 6 months postpartum. Okay. And then my hormones calmed down eventually. But I did realize that, right now I'm a mom. And I felt like I was literally protecting. I was like a lion protecting its cub. And I would do anything to protect her. Yeah. Right. And it's something about myself that I didn't know was there, because I've always felt like things will be done for me. But now I knew that, I can do this myself. Yeah. I've got this. Oh my goodness. It just literally happened to me and I could see it happen to me that, wow, I'm just developing certain instincts, certain character traits that were amazing.
So friend, you spoke about another side of your personality showing up during this motherhood journey. Yeah. I think you were saying that basically you felt like you were leaning more into your masculine side.
I was.
So how did that show itself? Yeah.
I was literally developing my values, cementing them, right? Yeah. Standing up for things that I want to see, so things that I want to live by. I was very, very protective. Yeah. Aggressive, but aggression that spoke truth, right? So sometimes you can be aggressive. No, let me not put it like that. Rather, let me make an example. Yeah. There's a way in which you can deliver a message, right? You can be soft about it. You can be aggressive about it. Yeah. At the time, for me, I was aggressive with my message. Okay. However,
I've learned now not to deliver my message in that form, right? But at the time, that is how it was coming across.
Yeah.
So it was just a different side of me that I never knew existed.
Okay.
But however, it was a way of me cementing certain values, certain things that I wanted to see around myself, being strict with myself, being strict with the ones around me on how to be with me or around me.
So you weren't exactly you weren't mad at that.
No, I wasn't mad at it. I was glad it happened because it showed me that you're capable of being this, but you're capable of standing up for yourself
and saying what your boundaries as well.
Yes, and you're capable of building your own values and following a certain moral code.
Yeah.
Yes, you can do that. But before, I would have never done that because I was always so soft about everything, right? And softness is not a bad thing, but like not everything should be done with softness.
Yeah. And then immediately when that happened, that shift happened, did you recognize it? Or people had to tell you? Or you saw like a relationship shift because of that?
I was told many times.
Okay.
But I mean, at the time you would not, you don't realize those things about yourself. But also what had happened at the time is that I fell into postpartum depression as well, right? So I can't exactly say what caused it or was the cause for it.
Yeah.
But I do remember the first couple of months when my daughter was born, she was very colicky and she would cry, endlessly cry, right? And that can really get to you when you are a new mom and you don't know what to expect. It can get very, very overwhelming because you go from one doctor to other. There's no real medicine to really deal with a colic baby or colicky baby. So I think I just fell into it, right? Taking all the emotions that were there pre and to post, it all just became so real. Yes, it was a beautiful, happy moment, but also it had so many complexities because I was dealing with so much at the time, right? So I didn't even realize until later that I had gone through postpartum, but I think it showed itself in the way that I carried myself around that time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So so actually, because I do want real examples of what did it look like for you?
Okay.
What is postpartum depression actually? How does it show up?
Yeah. So the other unique, I wouldn't even call it unique, but one of the ways in which my pregnancy changed me at that time was when I got pregnant, I became a recluse. So I never wanted to be with people. And that is not me. I'm Nolutando. I love. I'm bubbly. I give energy and I feed off energy, other people's energies as well. I literally just never wanted to be around anyone. I wanted to be by myself. I wanted to be home and I wanted to be an introvert, right? And be by myself within my space.
Yeah.
So what happened post is the same thing, right? I never wanted to leave the house. I always wanted to be home.
Yeah.
I literally just didn't want to do anything that made me go outside. I would
Completely
literally just go outside sometimes to just take my daughter for vaccinations.
Yeah.
But I became such an introvert, right? I knew that was not my personality. That's not how I'm built. I've never been this person.
So you immediately identified that something was wrong.
I did.
Okay.
I did.
Yeah.
And it was very obvious. I mean, I stopped taking pictures. It felt like, I mean, the last thing I was thinking about at that point in time was my confidence, right? But obviously, there was an obvious dip in my confidence as well, right? So it's not something that I started dealing with at that point in time. But when I did recover, then I started to tap into an element of anxiety, like social anxiety, because now I had been hibernating for so long, right?
Wow.
And now I have to get out of that.
Yeah.
And now dealing with the getting out or coming out came with its own complexities. Then I realized that, okay, actually I had gone through postpartum and these are the things that I was doing. And now getting out and having to meet people again and reintroduce myself to the world again was quite a daunting task. Because I had to relook at myself and ask myself, who are you now?
Yeah.
What are you about?
100%.
Yeah. What's your story? What do you want to tell? Am I just going to make my life all about mom?
Yeah.
Azzy?
Yeah.
Or do I want more?
Yeah, for yourself.
Exactly.
So do you remember how long that period lasted for?
It lasted for very, very long. I think close to, pre and post was about 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah, 2 years where, I literally couldn't identify myself.
Yeah.
I couldn't really place myself anywhere at that point in time. I was literally just surviving, tried to make sure that I give birth and my daughter's healthy and she has, like a good life and a good
quality
structure.
life. Yeah.
Those were that was my focus, not me.
Yeah.
I I literally took a back seat. Yeah.
So now, this now brings me to actually a pertinent question that begs to be answered. So, was there a turning point where you actually realized that you needed support or healing? When was the point where you realized that, okay, clearly I'm just not okay and something actually here needs to be done? Or do you just kind of let it play out?
No, I mean, I've always been cognizant. I was always cognizant of the fact that I needed to heal, right? And I think what I did at the time is that I gave myself timelines, right?
Wow.
I was disappointed by someone that I loved so much.
Yeah.
I was disappointed with my own expectations or with how life had turned out, right? So all of that can really harm one, right? It can harm
100%.
your self-esteem. It can harm your outlook on life, right?
Yeah.
So I knew there was something wrong. I knew that I needed to do something. So I said, you know what? I'm going to give myself 5 years. I'm going to give myself 5 years. I don't want to date. I don't want to do anything. I just want to focus on healing myself. You know, and then I just started doing the work.
Yeah.
Right? Small things, right?
Yeah.
I started doing walks with my friends. There was a bit of reading that I did. I did connect groups, prayer groups with my friends.
Amazing.
I was still home. I was still home. I still don't want to go out, but I was doing a lot more healing.
Yeah.
And inner
reclaiming
work,
yourself.
whether it's listening to a podcast or listening to a sermon on YouTube. I went to church a lot as well because I just needed to revive my spirit.
Yeah.
I needed that revival. So I did a lot of that at that time. So everything was about me. Everything was centered around myself. So the me that had lived that was there 2 years ago, I had decided that I'm leaving her behind and I'm moving this direction for myself.
I love that.
And in order to be better for my daughter as well, because like I'm a shell of myself right now, I need to be better for her. So those are some of the things that I did around that time to try and regain my power, my positivity, my confidence. And Millie, the thing about me is that I'm brutally honest with myself. Right, I'm able to look at myself in the mirror and have an honest conversation about what it is that you can see.
Wow.
Right, and that has its ups and its downs, or its pros and cons. I realize that I talk negatively to myself sometimes, and I'm harsh with myself sometimes. Yes, I don't like what I see in the mirror. Yeah. But how I talk to myself and how I relay that message is very cruel. And I don't do the same thing with other people. I'm very kind and I'm tender with how I deliver. But with myself, it's very... So I had to stop that. I had to stop being cruel to myself.
And learning how to be more self-compassionate.
Self-compassionate. Yeah. I had no reason not to. If you think about it, I still had the same love. I still had the same environment. I still had all those things. Yeah. If anything, I just had to allow myself, forgive myself, and move forward. So that is what I was focusing on around that time.
Oh, wow, friend.
Yeah, like self-healing. Yeah. And just self-promotion as well. You know, I'm good. I'm great. I can do this.
Yeah,
What's
affirming
next?
yourself, yeah.
Affirming, you know. There was a lot of negativity can build up. There could be a big build up when you are within yourself and you're not talking to anyone outside about those things, right? And I think having to break down all of that, for me, I recognize that it would require time, and that's why I said I'm going to give myself 5 years. Yeah. Because I realized that I've done...
I love how specific you were. Yeah. 5 years. Yeah.
I created this ball of negativity that I needed to squash, right? So that took a while. Yeah. Right? But I needed to do that. Yeah. I could see that I was heading the wrong direction. Oh my goodness,
and look at you now, friend.
Look at me now.
You gotta love life. It's just really it's always very seasonal.
Definitely.
Based on everything you've said, friend, I feel like this next question actually is very important. Now, what is something you wish people understood about maternal mental health, so to speak?
That it's real. It's a real thing. And it shows itself in different ways. So my experience of it is not the same experience for somebody else, right? And I think one thing that I wish women would understand is that at that time when you are going through whatever mental strain you're going through, there is an outlet and there is help I do think that we need to learn to voice out
Yeah.
our I wouldn't even call it issues, but our pain points. You need to lean onto your support system.
Yeah.
Right. So around that time, for instance, I wanted to do everything myself. Even though I had my mom, even though I had my dad there, my brother, my sister, my friends there, I wanted to do everything myself. That was not necessary. Right.
Is it because you felt like you'd be a burden? Or you felt like it's a way where you wanted to take control
my emotions
and
were all
charge?
over.
Oh,
my emotions were all over. I think you are right to a certain extent that I wanted to feel like I'm taking charge, that I can do
You're in
this.
control of this, and
I did this, and I will fix this. So it shows itself in different ways, right? But you have to give yourself grace.
Yeah.
And the healing process doesn't have to be now.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be immediate, right? So it can take long.
Yeah.
And there's no formula around it.
Yeah.
You know, we all come out of it in different ways, and there's help, right? There's resources, there's help, there's therapy. You know, it's very, very important around that time to try and also take time off as a mom.
Yeah.
I know it's very hard, but I remember
I love that.
Every time my friends would say to me, "Oh, let's go for a lunch or a dinner," I'd be sitting at the table but looking at pictures of Azzy.
Yeah.
And what is she doing? What is she not? But like, it just felt like it also was the right thing to do. If I've left her, then I need to remain with her.
You're not even going to be enjoying that time away from her.
Correct.
So then it kind of just defeats the purpose, right? Yeah.
You're not healing. You're not giving yourself time and grace, right? So it's complex. I think that's the message that I have. It's complex, and it's okay for it to be complex.
Yeah.
Because it shows itself in different ways in all of us. But you come out of it.
Yeah.
The point is to come out of it.
Oh my
goodness. The point of any challenge is to overcome, right?
I love that, friend.
And to learn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So looking back now, what would you say to the version of yourself who was struggling then and who was in survival mode then? What would you say to that girl? I guess you did touch a bit as well on I was having this conversation earlier actually.
Yeah.
You know, we're never taught to be kind to ourselves,
true.
And it's something we find hard to practice, that self-compassion towards yourself, that gentleness and that kindness.
Yeah.
So I guess you did say that you made a decision that, you know what, I'm actually going to be kinder to myself.
Yeah.
I'm going to practice self-compassion. I'm going to practice more gentleness. Yeah, so...
I agree with you 100%. And I think to add on to that, I believe, my faith believes that everything that happens to me happens for a reason. Right. So the emotions that I felt, the person that I was at the time needed to be where I was at the time. It was divine purpose for me to be where I was.
Divine purpose.
I needed to be there in order for me to be here now.
Yeah.
Right. And we go through experiences. All of us go through different experiences. There's no new experience under the sun, but we have different experiences at different times in our lives. I needed to do that to be here now.
Yeah.
So if I had to look back, I wouldn't really change anything per se, because I had to learn the lessons that I learned.
Yeah.
Or I had to learn value around myself at the time. Right. However, what I am doing now is to ensure that next time, or should anything of the same nature happen to me, I know I've got tools around it. Right.
100%.
So, that's what I would say. I would say to that.
All right. Now, I want this part of the conversation I want us to actually go into depth about survival mode.
Yes.
What it looks like, especially as your journey was not easy from the beginning. You journeyed into this as a single parent, right?
Yeah, correct.
So let's discuss the survival season, Thando. Now, I did want to make examples.
Yeah.
So I did go on Google just to understand what survival mode looks like in single moms. And when I read this, I was just like, this is really just a lot. So, I mean, things like living day to day instead of planning ahead. So you're focusing only on today's, for example, you focus only on today's food, transport, school needs and bills, feeling unable to think about dreams, goals of the future, saying things like, let me just get through this week, constant exhaustion, but no time to rest, waking up tired every day, falling asleep with anxiety about tomorrow, Things like not crying even when life is hard, feeling flat, disconnected, or you're constantly on autopilot. The mind says, if I feel everything, I won't cope. Avoiding emotions because there's no safe space to fall apart. Then it went on to discussing things like hyper independence and not asking for help, which I think you've touched on. Saying I'm fine when you're not, refusing help because of past disappointment, feeling unsafe, relying on anyone.
Yeah.
Okay. Financial anxiety that never switches off, right? Constant mental math, groceries. You think about school fees, you think about transport. You're panicking when unexpected costs appear.
Yeah.
Choosing children's needs over personal health or self-care. Lying awake, think about money. It's chronic stress, not just occasional worry, and the guilt that follows everything. Guilt for working too much.
Yeah.
Now, does any of this resonate with you?
Definitely. A lot of it resonates with me. So I'm a financial accountant. I work a corporate job, right? So I know how to make a living. However, at that time, I felt like I'm alone. I'm by myself. And also, I've always been independent, right? From a very, very young age. I've always been able to do things for myself. Now I have to do things for another person.
Oh my God.
Right? So it was so nerve-wracking.
Yeah, friend. Just reading it was also just a lot for me.
It's a lot. It really is a lot, right? Like I said, I decided to move away from the world.
Yeah.
I was not shopping. I was not doing certain grooming things like my nails or my lashes and some of that stuff, because
that self-care for you has always been who you've
it's
always
very,
been,
very
right?
important. I was not doing any of that because for me it felt like every dime that I was making had to go to my daughter. I had to give her the best of everything, right? And I feel like that was also a way of comforting myself for where I was at that time, but I needed to do all of that. And in retrospect, you realize, Mom, that actually you don't need all these things. But at the time, you feel like you need all these things because you have to do the best for your child, right? So I neglected myself completely. Everything was just about providing, making sure that my daughter is sufficiently provided for. Like you said, constantly anxious, cutting down on certain things, financially planning. I became much better at it, to be honest. It was so great. Because before, I was haphazard with my shopping, but when Azzy came, I redirected that passion to her actually. And she was my little project where I could just shop her, which gave me a lot of joy at the time. But I really was in survival mode in so many ways. I do, however, have an upside to that as well, right? So I became more ambitious. So yes, I was skimming on myself, but I became more ambitious. I did so much better at work.
Wow.
I was gunning for that raise. I was gunning for that, for those roles. I was gunning for better pay. I was putting my hands up for projects. Just wanted to be better because I knew that I had to do all of these things. So yes, I was in survival, but it also just made me better in a way, in ways that I wasn't before. I could have been more relaxed, more lenient with myself, but being on survival mode the way that I was really helped to also ignite the spark of all my ambition again. Ambition to just be better so that I can be better for my daughter.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. What I love about life is that really, everything is, I look at your life
right now.
It's
a glass half full, right?
Sorry, friend?
It's a glass half full.
Yes. And it's just amazing. Just the ups and downs, the smiles and frowns and all of it. It's brought us to this moment, right?
Correct.
But it's just so amazing to see you right now. Just living, breathing, glowing, growing.
True.
It's
my friends would say
to witness.
I was a completely different person, right? And I would really attribute that journey for me to disappointment. There was just so much disappointment that I couldn't deal with, and the only way for me to deal with it was to be away. And to just figure it out so much. I disappointed myself, and it also felt like I've made this decision to be here. And things I also built my whole life now around this decision. But life is bigger than being a single mom. There's just so much more to you. Right? So it's a journey of resilience. It really, really is.
Now, friend, I want us to go back to this actually, because we spoke a bit earlier about self-esteem issues. So I'd actually want us to now focus the conversation around confidence, right, and identity. So before becoming a mom, how would you describe your sense of confidence or self-worth?
Before being a mom, it felt like I was so eligible. It felt like I was young.
Yeah.
And I had many options, right? I could go live in another country. I could, I don't know, try another job or try different things, you know? And I know that's not the actual truth, that when you become a mom, you can't do those things.
Yeah.
But at that time, it felt like
that.
I can't do any of those things. Who's going to want me? Am I still gonna meet a man who is going to want to be with me and we build this family structure?
Yeah.
Wow. How is a child going to affect my career? What's going to happen around that?
Yeah.
It was very nerve-wracking. So my confidence took a dip, a very big dip. Right? My body changed as well. And you know, like I didn't have the voice that said, "You're doing well, you're doing great, you're doing what?" at that point in time.
Yeah.
The only voice that I had was fear and anxiety. And my confidence kept dipping.
Yeah.
I felt like something shifted, something was removed. Something
was snatched out of your soul,
snatched
right?
out of me, right? And I hope what I'm saying doesn't seem like having my daughter did that, because it's not that. It was, like I said, it was my expectations around the process, right? But the loss of that confidence was a lot for me.
Yeah.
And it's very difficult also to build confidence when you are negatively speaking to yourself.
Yeah.
And that's
100%.
why I had to tune and change the tone in which I was speaking to myself.
Yeah.
Because the minute that you don't say certain things to yourself, then they don't even manifest in the way that you look at yourself. Right. So we talk about manifestation, and we say that we manifest with our tongue.
Yeah.
Right. So one of the things that I started to do with that around that time when my confidence dipped is to just stop talking even. Like I didn't want to give advice. I don't want to be given advice.
Yeah.
I just wanted to be in silence and come out of that silence.
Yeah.
It was just too much.
Wow, friend. And here you are now.
And here I am now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So actually, then my next question would be, what does confidence look like for you now in this softer chapter of your life?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Confidence is a very big word, right? Because it speaks into different areas of your life, right? So I'm going to talk about self-confidence, how that shows, right? For me, self-confidence is the ability to look at yourself in the mirror and love yourself exactly where you are right now, at this present moment. With
so
all the imperfections that you see within yourself.
Yeah.
You look at yourself and you're just like, you're fine, you're doing great.
I am her, she is me.
You are her, she's me.
We are one.
We're one.
Yeah.
I'm doing well.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm going somewhere, but right now at this point in time, that is what confidence is. Because if you can have that conversation with yourself at that present time or that moment, it means whatever you take on during the day and going forward, you're going to carry it with the same energy. So I look at myself that way. And that has given me so much possibility. Like I live in a world of endless possibilities. I'm like that little girl who was in steak sprayed and felt like the world isn't my oyster.
Yeah.
And I can do anything.
Yeah.
That's how I feel right now, because I have confidence.
Yeah.
I have rebuilt.
Yeah.
I have, I have belief in myself.
Yeah.
And belief in where I'm going.
I love that, friend. I love that.
Yeah.
And I want us to actually go deeper into this conversation of just softness, gentleness. You went through the survival mode. You made a decision. You were very intentional that, you know what, I actually want better for myself. And this is what I'm deciding to do. And this is how I'm going to show up. And that has led us to this moment, right? Now, if this season of your life had a texture or a color or a feeling, what would that be?
It would be butter yellow. I love butter yellow.
Yeah. What does that say
butter yellow
to you? Yeah.
Butter yellow, it's soft, right? It's butter yellow is pastel as well. So pastels always remind me of softness as well, right? Ease, my butter yellow reminds me of kindness as well.
I love that.
I call my daughter butter yellow sometimes.
Oh, stop. That is so
Because
beautiful.
she really brings out those emotions in me.
She's everything.
She's everything. She
She's
brings out those
everything.
emotions in me. So that is what it is right now, because I'm so surrounded by love. The love that I've always had, actually.
Yeah.
You know, I realize that. I
Uh-huh.
recognize that right now. I recognize that in my friends.
Yeah.
I recognize that in my relationship. I recognize that in my family.
Mhm.
So all of that
Mm-hmm.
is my butter yellow right now. It's my pastel.
Butter yellow.
Yeah.
I love that, friend.
Yeah, that's my canvas.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. And you know what? It's so amazing how God gives you just the perfect child.
Yeah.
Like, I look at Azzy and I'm just like, she's just perfect for you.
She's great.
It's the most
It's exactly what I
amazing
need.
thing to witness. Even my
Yeah.
sister, when I look at her daughter, I'm like,
Yeah.
she is perfect for my sister in
Exactly.
every single way. It's
Yes.
just the most...
Nothing
just-
happens by chance. God is divine.
I'm
all the
speechless,
time.
actually. He is just exactly what
Yeah.
she needed to be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm so grateful. And one of the things that I tried not to do when I was pregnant is I didn't want to. I spoke life into her, but I didn't want to define her. So her name is Aziena. You know, the heavens know her, the world knows her,
Oof.
right? And
Wow.
for me, that was powerful because I wanted her to be whoever she wants to be.
Yeah. Did you
Right.
name her, by the way?
I
Oh, yeah.
named her.
Uh-huh.
I named
Yeah?
her. Yes, I did name her. And I wanted her to be who she wanted to be. I will give her all the resources in the world for her to be who she is. But
Yeah.
there's no limitation
Yeah.
because the world knows her
Yeah.
and she can be anywhere, right? So she's just perfect for me. And the way in which she has unraveled is in ways that I didn't expect because I didn't put expectation on it.
Wow.
She is unraveling every single day. Now I get it. I get why mothers fuss so much about, oh, she said her first word,
Yeah.
or she did this. I get it
Yeah.
because they are such a marvel. Our kids are amazing, right? And they
Wow.
teach us so much.
Yeah, yeah.
And
yeah.
they give us so much grace as well, right? So I have a lot to speak
Yeah.
or to say about how my daughter has impacted the way that I even look at life or
Oh
view
my
certain
goodness.
things. My perspective has changed
Yeah.
completely.
Oh my Lord.
Right?
And we're actually we're gonna speak a lot
Correct.
into that.
Perfect.
Now, still in the topic of softness. This chapter of your life right now,
Yeah.
friend, like you're saying, you are basically in your baby girl era,
Yeah.
actually. Now, let's talk about learning to rest.
Yeah.
What does rest mean to you now? What does it look like?
It's removing pressure. The pressure to be everything to everyone. Right? So that's rest to me.
Yeah.
Right? But my biggest enemy with me has always been me.
Mm-hmm.
Removing the pressure off myself.
Yeah.
So that is what rest is to me right now. Not putting too much pressure into everything that has to be.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I
It's the
love
only way I
that.
can
I love
yeah,
that.
I can
Also, it
answer
just sounds
that.
so freeing. It sounds so liberating. It sounds like such a peaceful life.
Yeah.
Right?
Because
Yeah?
every day can be whatever it has to be, right? And you can, I think it's with pressure, you do everything with anxiety.
And you're over-functioning.
You
You're
over-function because
over-functioning.
of pressure. And sometimes it's self-imposed pressure.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with anyone else, it's you, right? And the only way you can rest is if you give yourself that rest.
Yeah.
No one else is going to give it
Yeah.
to you,
Yeah.
right? So I do that now. I rest on things. And so the other day I was introspecting. I realized something. I'm a fashion lover. Always loved fashion from a very young age, right? And I started taking it more seriously.
Exhibit A,
yeah.
ladies. I am wearing her.
Yeah, no, definitely. Oh,
Don't
her.
look cutesy.
We are wearing all
Just
her.
Amazing. Thank you, friend. You, listen.
Yeah.
You ladies came through for me. I love this. Thank you so much.
I'm glad. It looks amazing on you.
Thank you.
Absolutely
I
amazing.
feel like a feminine
Yeah.
goddess. I feel so divine. I feel so divine.
That's good.
Thank you for actually starting the line. Yeah.
So we had to start the line. It was needed.
And it's
Look at
definitely
our
giving
feminine,
Tando.
divine
It's
feminine you look
definitely
right now.
giving- It's
So
just,
it goes
it's giving
back.
everything it needs to give.
Definitely.
I love
Yeah.
it.
I'm
I love it.
glad.
I'm so glad that the world will get to witness the magic. I really am.
I'm happy. Thank you for that.
You're welcome, my friend.
So what I was saying is that I was introspecting the other day. So I started my fashion journey a long time ago.
You did.
You've
You've been wanting to do this.
Exactly. It's been years. Maybe 12 years in the making, right? And it's only starting to take shape now. And it couldn't be more perfect.
Yeah.
You know, everything that had happened, all the failed businesses, all the failed ideas were all shaping me for this part of my life. Like right now, I'm taking on experiences from so many years, and then I'm using them to build her. Partnering with my friends. And no experience is futile. Therefore, why put all this pressure on myself? There's no need. Things will happen at the divine time, at the divine moment. And as life still happens, life goes on. Right? And if I think about it, for me, that makes me realize that I'm not a failure as well. Right? I'm a 36-year-old woman right now. I can still do everything that I've always wanted to do.
And you're doing great, friend.
Right?
You're doing so great.
I do not need to put pressure on myself. I can rest. And that is what it is for me.
I love that.
The
And
fact that
listen,
things will happen for you regardless. Rest.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Now, actually, so what are some small rituals that help you soften back into yourself? Like, how do you practice self-compassion? How do you practice rest? How do you practice self-care? Like, what do you do to actually show yourself and give yourself love? What are some small rituals or traditions that you have for yourself?
True. I shop.
Good.
Yeah, that's very important because how I present myself makes me feel very, very good about myself.
And friend, like I saw. Well, actually, I tell this to all my girls. You ladies will never be caught slipping.
Never.
And because of that, I always need to make sure I've got it together.
Correct. Because it makes you feel good, right?
Anytime I look good and I feel good, I just know that it's just going to be a very good day.
True. I do my grooming. I love spending time with my daughter. I love spending time with my partner. I love going out for lunches and looking pretty and having wholesome conversations with my friends and being and surrounding myself with love, being with people that I love, doing things that I love.
I love that.
Like I said, shopping and spending time with my daughter, with my partner who's completely amazing, and just immersing myself with love. I love that.
I love that.
Constantly. And
friend,
not surrounding
my
myself.
God, you actually do live up to your name.
Yeah, no.
Because I mean, you literally embody, like you are love.
I would really
Tando.
hope so. I really, really would hope so because I've always thought that I lead with love. You know, and I hope that I continue to be that person because we do change and we do grow, right? But some things should remain the same, right? So I hope Nolu Tando is still, you know, what I am giving to the world.
Oh, me too,
right?
friend. Me too. But now I do want to touch on because earlier when you had started and you were going through what you had been going through and you had made a decision that, you know what, you're not gonna let love in, you just want to focus on what you're focusing on, and you had given yourself the 5 years, right? How's that going?
So
because
in them not being
you
5
have
years,
mentioned that
in them not being 5 years, but
yeah.
it is so important to take time out and heal. Patch yourself. Right? We will never be perfect. Even before the brokenness, I was never perfect. But it is important to try and work on yourself or work on myself in order to be better for myself. And it's very hard to identify what it is that you want when you yourself are not good to yourself. So a lot of the negative self-talking, I think really helped to remove the pressure, right? Having to stop speaking that way, remove the pressure and bring back that softness, that this is who I am, this is what I love, this is what I deserve, and this is what I can give myself. And the minute I think, well, for me, if you can have that conversation with yourself, there's no ways inevitable love will find you. Love wants love.
And so
right?
it did find you, friend.
It will find you.
I keep
There's
hearing
no
snippets
way.
of this, and every time you mention my
Yeah.
partner, like I see this glow on your face.
Yeah.
So let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about when you decided that you're going to let love in, or just love finding you again,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can tell that, I mean,
Yeah.
he's just something special, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. So was
Very
that
special
planned,
guy.
or just you attracted it
No.
because then you were doing the work and then it
No.
just, everything just fell into place? Yeah.
It wasn't planned. I would say, however, that because of the work that's done, because of the what you call internal healing that was happening around that time, we were bound to meet. We were bound to, cross paths at some point, because we were vibrating on the same
that
energy,
frequency.
on that frequency,
Yeah.
right? So it was just a matter of time, right? So to a certain extent, I do believe there are certain people for certain people.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I always wanted, and I realized when I was introspecting, that I never wanted anymore when it comes to relationships, is to be with somebody who's not kind, number one, and someone who doesn't see me. Okay, because my biggest pitfall in relationship was me trying to overly extend myself so that I can be more understood.
Overfunctioning.
I didn't want to do that anymore. Yeah. I didn't want to. I wanted to be in an easy relationship. I wanted to be in a relationship that built me. Honestly, I didn't know what it would look like. Right? But I just knew that I'm not going back to that. I knew whatever I'm doing, it should not look like that. And the beginning of it all, and every time my partner talk about this, my partner and I talk about this, I think kindness for me is at the top of everything.
It's not number 2 for sure.
I have to be with somebody who's kind. And my partner is the kindest person ever. Considerate, kind. The other words are just pillars underneath kindness for me, right? Yeah. So I found a lot of kindness, and I found him doing what I love. So at the time, I was venturing into styling again, and he was going to a wedding, and someone recommended him to me. And then I styled him for a wedding. I met him on day 1, and we've been inseparable since. And now we're years into our partnership, and it's been amazing. I grow in my relationship. I heal in my relationship. Wow. I'm loved in my relationship. And I'm seen. I wouldn't say develop, but I am I'm being nurtured. Yeah. Right. It's okay to be who I am and feel the things that I feel. Yeah. It's okay to be human. Yeah. Sometimes you're in a relationship and it's like you're going through something and then you still feel like I can't be going through this thing because now there's somebody else here. No. Yeah. You are here. And if you're not feeling okay today, you're not feeling okay today because you're not feeling okay today. Yeah. And you're allowed to. You can be that. You can be yourself in a relationship. And that's what I love the most about being where I am. Is that I can be myself wholeheartedly. And I think that's where the growth comes in as well. The fact that I can show myself naked in my relationship, knowing that whatever flaws are there, I'm not going to be judged.
It's a safe space, right?
You can say it. If my partner comes to me and says, no, Tanda, I don't think this is good for you, I'm more than happy to take that. Yeah. Right? He's giving me his opinion. I can look at it and then I can decide, is it good for me? Is it not good for me? Right? Because it's so safe. Yeah. I can be vulnerable. Like I said, I could be naked in my relationship and I'm not judged. And it's going in a direction that I never even envisioned. Right? And honestly, I think that we will all find that and we all find that. I do believe that we need to have the negative experiences in order to appreciate the good experiences. Yeah. I'm not saying we should be in horrible experiences, but it's important to be able to understand and value what it is that you have. Right? So I love that I'm able to value what I have now so much more. It's
Incredible.
Not I could have another one. No, I want this one. Yeah.
Amazing,
so that is what partnership has.
Let me just tell you, you are so deserving.
Yeah, thank you.
You deserve every single thing you've just said right now. You are so worthy, so deserving. Yeah. And I just love the fact that you're saying just that point you spoke of kindness. Yeah. it should never be something anybody takes lightly. I
No,
just think
definitely.
it's just the most amazing
Definitely.
thing when you're with a partner who's so considerate and so
Correct.
kind.
Yeah.
But I just love how rested you look.
Yes.
Nobody actually needs to tell me that you have an amazing relationship. I can just see it. I
Yeah.
feel it. You can almost taste it, actually. But I love the fact that your relationship has given you that sense of safety, that sense of
Yeah.
security,
Yeah.
peace, right? You look at peace, friend.
Yeah.
You look at peace.
Correct. I really am.
Yeah.
I really am. I never wanted to seem as if I'm giving too much power into my relationship or my partner, right? He's amazing in his own right, definitely. And I'll emphasize it is so important that the love is there and is cemented within yourself before going into a certain relationship. Because if you don't have that, you will say yes to everything.
Yeah.
Things that are not good for you, things that you don't want. I knew definitely that I give him respect and I honor him because he brought in ease into my life. Right. So a lot of the things that I felt like I didn't have, like support and partnership and, certain things that I literally was not getting from the father of my child. I literally had it in another man. It didn't come from that guy. It came from this guy, right? And it helped to build a better relationship with the father of my child. Because when I looked at him now, I was no longer angry. I was no longer aggro when I saw him. Because before I just didn't even want to smell him because he was so distasteful to me, right? But now I'm able to take him in. I'm able to bring him into my family. And just as much as I genuinely do not have any limitations to him seeing the daughter or anything like that. It's not about that. It was just having his presence with us. That is something that I couldn't have. But at this point in time, we could literally be at an event and it's the three of us coming to support my daughter. Wow. But I think it's because my partner has given us such a safe space, even me and the father of my daughter, such a safe space to be there, all of us, for this thing. Wow. So I think it takes a great person to give someone that much comfort and support, and cushion, right? That is so beautiful. So I love that. I mean, literally, as soon as my partner came into my life, my relationship with the father of my child changed completely. It changed completely. I attribute that to him. All those expectations, all those things just fell away because I have it and it's happening effortlessly this side. And now my daughter has two daddies that love her. And I couldn't be more grateful. Wow. I couldn't be more grateful. And he continued to encourage me to unite us all in a very positive way. I love it. So I'm grateful for that. I love it, friend. Completely. I just love this season or this chapter of your life. Yeah. It's giving ease, it's giving comfort, it's giving rest, it's giving divinity. Correct. I love it for you. Growth. And like I said before, you absolutely deserve this, friend. Well done. And you've done the work. You've done the work. You've done the work. Do the work. There are no shortcuts, clearly. No. But I just love the fact that you did the shadow work, you did the inner work, and everything that you've done has led to this moment. And you're worthy of a love that's soft. You're worthy of a love that makes you feel safe. You're worthy of a love that... You're worthy of the life you want. Yeah. True. So I'm very happy. It's actually very inspiring and very encouraging. Yes. You're welcome, my friend. Now, let us move to... Oh, actually, everything we've been talking about has just been so beautiful. But I want us to move into dreaming beyond motherhood. So who are you when you're not in mom mode? I'm always in mom mode. All the time. I think all moms you love always it also, right? Mode, okay. Right? Yeah. Yes. Right. Because you're a mom in the morning, you're a mom before you go to bed. Right? And in between is you trying to be the best mom that you can be. Yes. Right? So but who am I when I'm not in my mode? I am officially a businesswoman. We started a business with my friends, a fashion house called Oha. As we're spending a lot of time in making sure we're sourcing the best clothes for women. Yeah. Clothes that make you feel comfortable, that make you feel confident, that make you want to self-talk in a positive way. Listen. Because you really like what you see. I'm also still working full-time. I'm still building my career, trying to climb the corporate ladder and just make sure that I'm earning my strikes there. And I am, like I said, 100% in my mode.
Yeah.
However, more than anything now, I am able to invest in myself.
Yeah.
I am investing in my dreams. I'm investing in myself through any form of self-development. I will take it.
I love
because
that.
it's my time, right? And you can only reap the rewards if you sow, right? So I'm literally just plowing in and just, feeding into myself right now.
Amazing,
in any
friend.
possible way, whether there's a business avenue that I want to pursue, or there's a project that I want to hit up at work. I'm there. I'm that goes doing it because I've got capacity to do it, right? So I'm ambitious. I'm ambitious, definitely ambitious, and I want more.
Yeah.
I want more for my family. And when I say I want more, I also want more rest.
Yeah.
I want more holidays and I want more family time. Family is so important to me. It's always been, and even now more than ever, it's so important.
Right?
So, and obviously you need money to to make all of those things happen. But that's who I am right now.
You're doing so great, friend.
Thank you.
You're doing so great. What do you hope Azzy learns about love by watching how you treat yourself, especially in this era that you're in right now? Yeah.
In this season.
Yeah.
I want Azzy to know that love is kind, right? It's consistently kind. Kindness to yourself and kindness from others. And the kindness you give to others as well.
Yeah.
And if kindness is not emulated, then it's not love. She consistently needs to know all of that. And I mean, my household right now is full of so much love and so much kindness and respect for each other, right? And that's what she's growing up in. And if it doesn't look that way, then it's not it. We work so hard to make sure we give her a very emotionally stable upbringing where she can look back and be like, oh, these were the values that we had at home. Therefore, I'm not going to do this because this does not resonate with me. It does not speak to me. And that's why it's so important that who you are every single day, who you say you are, you have to live it. You have to action it, right? So the way that I speak to her, right, has to be in a kind way. Unless I'm reprimanding her, the way that everyone else around her speaks to her has to be kind. Therefore, no partner at any point in time in her life can speak to her in any other way if it's not through kindness.
Amen.
So that is just the biggest thing for me that I want her to learn about love.
And I know she is. I know she's watching and just like taking it all in.
Yes.
Now, divine femininity.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you? Especially, again, in this season.
Divine femininity to me at this point in time means a lot of things. So I'm going to divide it maybe into 3 pillars. The ability to relax, to rest, right? To relax and rest. For me, it's the same thing, right? To be kind to yourself. That is under relaxing, that is under resting. Right? You cannot be divinely feminine if you are flustered, you are anxious. Right? You ought to be, you ought to take time to yourself to zone in into that, into rest. What does rest mean to me now? So that you can lead with that. It means being able to invest and empower yourself and being able to attract the things that will help you be the person that you want to be.
Amen.
I believe in laws of attraction. I believe that you attract the things you want. You attract the people that you want to know, right? So do the work yourself in order to be able to attract those things to yourself.
Amen.
So if you haven't done the work, the groundwork for all of that, then you'll never be able to attract the things that make you so divinely feminine. And for me, that is it. Like that sums it up so well.
I love that.
Rest and let things come to you. Rest, do the work within yourself, and they will come. All of it. All the things that you are meant to be, all the things that you want, they will come to
Guaranteed,
you.
right?
Guaranteed.
I love it. And in closing, friend, what would you say to a mother who is deep in survival mode and can't imagine feeling light again?
Yeah.
what would you say to that woman?
I would say she will be light again. She will feel light again. It's going to happen. It's inevitable. And it's only going to happen if they want it to happen. And if you want something to, and if you want something to happen, you have to take steps towards that thing happening. Right? And I do believe that God is constantly working for our good. We are allowed to be low. There are low times, there's peaks and troughs, of life. But we don't stay there. You have to tell yourself, you have to speak to yourself. You have to manifest healing into your life.
100%, yeah.
That's a fact. You will get out of it. It's inevitable. Just keep speaking life into your life.
I love that.
And you will get out of it. You will not always be on survival mode. If that is not what you want.
Yeah.
But if you are on survival mode and you keep saying, oh no, I'm in survival mode, you will always be on survival mode because that's what you're speaking into your life.
Yeah.
You have to stop speaking those things into your life and do the work. So if you're not being on survival mode, then what else are you doing?
Yeah.
Try and do those things a little bit more and you'll see things will start to take shape, right? There's no science to it. You just have to give yourself the grace to move forward. So that's what I would say.
Thank you, friend.
Yeah.
So beautiful. I don't know why I'm becoming so emotional.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Tando. Thank you so much. I feel like this is such so much I want to say, but I just wanted to say thank you for your vulnerability. Thank you for sharing your story.
Yes.
Thank you for being such an inspiration. Thank you for the encouragement.
Yes.
I felt very encouraged listening to this, and I know that anybody listening to this will.
Yeah.
And thank you for the lesson. So many beautiful nuggets that came out of this. And to all the single moms watching, it is going to be okay. And I love the fact that you said that you need to be intentional about the quality of life you essentially want to live. So you then make a decision as to how it is that you want to navigate this life. And it really just all starts with a decision.
Definitely.
And then being intentional about
Correct.
working towards that quality of life.
I agree.
Thank you,
I
friend.
agree.
Now, to every single mom holding everything together, may the next chapter of your life feel lighter. May it feel compassionate. May it feel like rest. And may it feel divinely feminine. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And until next time, thank you and goodbye.